Woohoo! Welcome, welcome, welcome. I got my coffee. It is decaf, but you know how it goes. Okay, really thinking about these cards right here. Messages from your angels. But how y'all doing? How was the full moon? Tell me everything. Did you do any full moon rituals? Did you actually feel the energy? I think it was a little cray cray, but good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Linda. Goddess power. I don't know why that I'm drawn to that one as well. Then also, I really didn't think I liked these, but these also like are coming out. Messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle by Stephen Farmer. I think I would pull one from this just as like get us together as the collective. But yes, JP. Hey, Moni. Oh my goodness, some people on the West Coast, you guys are up early. All right, so next weekend, I think it's like the 24th or something like that. I think I want to have coffee and cards at night. Maybe like tea and tarot because I think we're doing the healing circle that night, and it would be so great to like get some messages and then do the healing circle, and it would be freaking amazing. I think it'd be really great. Ooh, this is really funny. Release volcano. So funny. There was something. Was it during you guys? Anybody in the university here? Was it during the talk? I call her Elise, but that's not how you pronounce her name. Didn't she talk about releasing a lot? Is that where I'm remembering writing down release, release, release? I think it was during that meditation she talked about. This is not what I feel is the message for everybody, but just in case it does resonate with you, make sure that you are releasing. If you made promises to yourself that you were going to let things go, if you weren't going to worry about something, if you were going to cut ties with someone, whatever it is, and if you were just like, hey, I'm really feeling guided, like not to hang out with that person anymore, not to deal with them anymore, or to make this or that decision, and you released it, keep it freaking released. Went to see Mesmerica. It was awesome. What is that, Cheryl? I never heard of that before. Okay, and it was with her. Okay, that's why I thought Joanna. All right, this is all of us. So dolphin, and it says listening. Wow, I actually kind of do like these cards a little bit. Yes. So the very first thing that I get is that spirit is listening. Spirit's listening to you. Spirit hears you. But here's the thing: is that even though like I feel like spirit saying, "Hey, we're listening." I think it's because of what I just brought up. Like either we made decisions and we're going back on them, or we made decisions and we're second doubting ourselves, or whatever it is. We just said that we were going to do something, and now we are like saying, oh wait, nope, I'm taking it back. And spirit's like, no, we are listening to you. We're listening to the promises that you are trying to keep to yourself, and you might be breaking them right now, or we are listening and we actually hear everything that you are talking about, and we want to make sure that you're taking the steps in that right direction to get you closer to whatever it is that you were thinking about or wanted. Does that make sense? um Let me see if there is a guidebook. Okay, so let me look here. It's number 12 as well. And I'm really, really guided towards the month of December with this. And it's number 44 and 45 in the guidebook too. And it says, blah, blah, blah. Listening is what helps you make sense of the sounds you're hearing. Your brain processes these sounds and transmits them into trigger thoughts, images, and bodily sensations. This creates a constantly changing three-dimensional map of your internal and external environment. There can, however, be a number of filters that interfere with the clarity and accuracy of what you're receiving by distracting you from being fully present. You're finding that listening without these filters can become challenging. Whether to the sounds around you or to another person, it has become especially problematic when communicating with someone else, where attentive and focused listening is critical to understanding what is being said. Consistently practicing listening to others with all of you present, making a priority to understand clearly what is being conveyed. Wherever you happen to be, occasionally pause, breathe, and listen attentively to your immediate environment and what echoes back to you. Even more importantly, drop the skill of listening to the voice of your higher self by breathing slowly, calming to your mind, and noting any messages that come to you. Listening in these ways is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself and to the world. So, what I'm actually picking up from this is that there is other people, sorry, I'm getting distracted. There's other people in your life and you're having miscommunication. Well, or you might be having miscommunication. It's because you're not, what is it called? Like hearing everything, because you need to practice like more of like active listening, and what they're saying may not be actually what is happening. And the thing is that a lot of people, like especially sensitives like us and stuff like that, we go ahead and we can tune into a person's energy without even realizing we're tuning in. And when that happens, it's like what they're saying and what their energy is saying is like totally different things. I know you've had this happen before, right? I call a lot of these people like human lie detectors and that kind of thing. So there is something like that, but with this it's almost like coming from a logical standpoint. The person that's talking is either hurt, has like trauma, is, I don't, when I say covering something up, I don't feel like they're covering up as in a lie. I feel like they're covering up because they don't feel good enough, or there's something like about themselves, and so that's the reason why that they are portraying it out that way. But if you listen actively, you're going to realize that they're not coming from like a medicinally place, they're coming from like a place of niceness and love, but they are protecting themselves. I don't understand this, to be honest. Not really. I feel like it might be specific for certain people. But that is what I'm picking up. So I have to give you what I am, that what I'm getting. And did I cut my hair? Yes. So I got like the Rachel. That's what I'm trying to do right now. And it was really funny. So last night my friend is getting engaged, and I showed up in like these like leather shorts with tights and boots and this shirt. It looked like I stepped out of a Friends episode, to be honest with you. It looked like I was freaking Jennifer Aniston. I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Oh, and thank you, Kelsey. Okay, and if you guys were wondering as well, sorry, Cheryl said that she went to see Mesamerica, and I asked what that was, and she said it's a group of hypnosis with visuals at a planetarium, just like being in 5D. That is freaking neat, man. Like I wish we had stuff like that around Michigan. Let me know if there is. Yes, okay. Ooh, I'm not sure, Jasmine, not yet. We're not doing that. We're gonna do individual readings, and then we'll get to the A, B, and C. Hmm. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so take that. Like, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that I'm actively listening to the people that are around me because of that message. So anytime that, like, I'm talking with my sister, my husband, my son, those kinds of things, I'm going to make sure, like, okay, is there something else going on here? And sometimes we're going to miss that if we're not actively listening. And sometimes it's hard to listen to people because honestly, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes people are boring when they talk. I don't have patience for this. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, your birthday is in December, Joanna. Oh, it's coming up here soon, and you hear things. Yes. Oh yeah, and everybody's name is back on. So Jen, I know that's you now, but I can also see your name. Okay, let me just get this card deck rolling. But the other card deck, I actually really don't mind it. But here's this card from the Goddess deck. All right. So Gula, healing, number 19. I don't know why, but I immediately felt like, and we'll get more into detail and so that I'll do individual readings and things like that. But as soon as I saw this card, I really truly felt like there was somebody that was in some people's lives. So let me know if you guys have anybody that's, battling cancer, if you have anybody that just got bad health, like what is it called? Like a health scare, or like on their test or whatever like that is showing things, and it's going to be like a woman that's in your life, kind of either like a mother, an aunt, something along those lines, maybe even like a sister. But I definitely kind of feel like an older vibe, but just take that with you. But I really feel like spirits with them, they're trying to heal them, and it's almost like it's up to them and their journey whether or not they're healed. So take off some of the guilt that you can only do so much. So if you are somebody that has that person that's in your life, just know there's only so much that you can do. It's almost like it's up to that person, that person's soul contract with what they decided, to be. And I don't understand the number 19, but I wonder if this is something that happened when they were 19 years old, or it could have been 2019. You guys, as I'm tuning in, I'm like, oh wow, this is making sense to me. Your sister's in the hospital right now. Oh my gosh, Abby, my heart's going out to you, and to your sister too. So we'll definitely put you in our prayers and that kind of thing. Oh, yes, Kelsey, that's right. Your sister has breast cancer. Sending her love too. And she's 20 years older than you. Okay, there we go. Okay, okay. All right. She decided not to do a mastectomy, and my mom is struggling so hard with her decision. Ooh, see, and let me see too if this will help out a little bit as well. Okay. It's 56 and 57 in the guidebook, and it says, okay, I don't like this. You're being invited to address the areas of your life that need to be healed. Perhaps you move too quickly through your life that you've forgotten about self-care. Now, as I read this, think as if it's talking to you, or if it's talking to the person that needs that healing. If it's actually talking like to your sister, that kind of thing, like to the aunt or whatever it is. See if it is a message to them, all right? So it says, perhaps you moved so quickly through life you've forgotten about self care. Perhaps the stories you told yourself about who you are need healing. We don't always see that we are hurting ourselves or others. Take heart. This card comes into your world as your ally, saying that now is the most auspicious time to focus on healing in all aspects of your life. Only good things will come from your actions here. In fact, now is the perfect time when you can be assured that you can heal rifts with others well. Ooh, do you hear that? Rifts with others well? Kelsey, that's what I was thinking with your situation. Be sincere and call upon Gula for the precious commitment. You may be also be called to the path of a healer. Yes, it says you just need to be willing, respect others, and do no harm. So what I'm getting from this card too is that if you have somebody that is going through that in their life, like the sisters, like Abby's sister, Kelsey's sister, I don't know what's going on with the sisters, but I feel like it's not just about the sickness. It's not just about all of that, and it never really ever is. So it's like, with the rift happening between your sister Kelsey and your mom, that's what it's going to highlight. It's going to bring out that, and it is hard to accept somebody's terms, but it's like it's a growing process to accept, decisions that other people make. And so that's why reason why this is coming up. And so here's another thing that's coming up too. It's not just about the sickness or the illness that they are dealing with. It has to do with like other areas of their life. So is it going to be, their self-care issue? Is it going to be issues with, other people in the family that they haven't, healed, and those kinds of things? So it's almost like we are focusing a lot on the actual disease, but we're not concentrating on what actually caused the disease. And so it could be, for some reason, it doesn't seem like, at least in this case, that when I'm vibing with it, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of external factors that have to do with physical stuff. So not like lotions or creams or deodorant, how they can cause cancer, the lymph nodes, things like that. Like I don't get like it's anything like that. I get that it has to do more with like energy, and then also soul contracts, soul lessons, those kinds of things, but definitely more either on a spiritual or on like a mental level. Not saying that the person whatsoever went ahead and, created this themselves, but there is something there to do with the mind. And that kind of reminds me a little bit, like as I tune in a little bit more, it's kind of like, how sometimes when people are sick and then they find out like how bad it is or whatever like that, and then they just go like down, like they just lose all hope and stuff like that. But if somebody is like really positive and motivated and things like that, it's like a mind over matter thing to where they can really move mountains. That's what I'm picking up with this and that ability. Yes. Oh, you think that her health issue started around 2019? Okay, that makes sense. Um, yeah, because I'm thinking about somebody else in my family too. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, my mom passed in 2019. So then I'm like, okay, I wonder if my mom is there, if it's, like what the correlation is. And then sometimes you might not know what the correlation is right now, but we're going to find out, right? And that could be something that's good, not bad. Everybody is so negative. It's like if I say, oh, well, maybe it relates to my mom in 2019, then people are like, oh my God, so that means that they're going to pass away so quickly like your mom. Like, no, it could be that it's both lung cancer, it could be that, like she's going to go to an oncologist or whatever, yada yada. Like there's so many other things that it could be. So we have to make sure that we're not always concentrating on the negative. It's easier to concentrate on the negative, but it's not healthy for us. All right, she has terrible self-care, and the schizophrenia makes it even worse on her. Oh my dear goodness. Sorry, I'm drinking too. I'm drinking bubbly tea and coffee. Part of what happens with self care is people feel like it's being selfish. Being ill is an acceptable way to not do things and just relax. Oh, so true, Cheryl. So true. Let's see. Um, yes. Who is JVCA 562? Let me see. Ooh, the flow, and it's number 44. So I don't know if you can see that 44, but as soon as I seen it, I actually felt of like the 444 with like the angels. And so the angels are probably really, really big around you. And I don't know why, because I don't know if there's any kind of fear around the spiritual realm or every kind of apprehension or something like that, a little bit of resistance. But usually a lot of times when I feel what I'm feeling right now is because of something similar like that. And then they want you to know, like, hey, angels are, like they have a little bit more of a reputation for being nice and sweet, and you don't have to worry so much about them being like scary and that kind of stuff. But it's talking about getting going into the flow. It's almost like this sense of you have to make sure that you're in the flow, because if there's too many challenges coming up with relationships or things that you're doing, it is saying that you're outside of the flow. We need to get into the flow, like Elf, right? We need to get into the flow. And so when there is too much turbulence, it's because that's not meant to be. So I tell this to people all the time, and we talked about the university, and it actually worked. And that is, like even when you're going to buy something online and then all of a sudden there's so many glitches and it's not working and all those kinds of things, that could be because there's a sale coming on, because that person's a scammer, or something like that. So I'm trying to teach my husband that now. So I'm telling him, hey, tell Spirit right now that if it's not going to be a good buy, to go ahead and put tech issues in the way, so he will know, because every time that he buys something, there's something wrong with things. And so we've already tried to go down the road of manifesting and stuff. So I said, hey, if there's tech issues or whatever, when you're about to buy something, then don't buy it. So that in itself is a little challenge every day. But then, we see bigger challenges throughout the day. And that is going to be, we're trying to make relationships work and they're not working, all those kinds of things. Like, I don't know why I'm feeling really off right now. Okay. All right. So 1 second. So just take this with you, and I'm gonna read the guidebook, and then we're gonna do something, since I feel really off. Unless I'm connecting with you, unless you're not feeling good. Let me see. So it says 106 and 107. La la la. Sometimes you may find yourself in a stagnant state where nothing seems to be moving. The flow between you and the universe is blocked. This can happen when you feel your fear that your desires won't be met, and also when things are moving quickly and seemingly in a different direction from what you expected. This card reminds you that when you trust the flow state, you'll find the opportunity to flow around a bend you've never discovered. Her alignment for you is to let go of the branch and allow yourself to be carried in the river of life into the parts of the river you had not yet traveled through. She will ensure that although you have experienced unfamiliar and unexpected things, releasing the form of it all will only result in the discovery of magic miracles. Let go and allow the flow to do the rest. You'll be amazed at how effortless life becomes. Yeah. Oh, Nanny's mom is sick today. Oh my gosh, sending you healing, sending you healing. Okay, so because I'm feeling off right now, I feel like maybe this is a sign for all of us. There's something weird about the energy. I don't know. The energy is like weird, as in I'm starting to feel like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a whole bunch of mixed emotions and like a sickness feeling inside of like my chest, and it going up from my stomach here. So what I'm going to do now, and everybody can do this with me, right? So I'm just going to ask all spirits to step outside of my space. I'm going to cut the cords of anyone that I don't need to have cords with right now. Actually, I'm going to cut the cords of everybody that's here, everybody that's in my life. And basically, intention is everything. And I think everybody should do this. Okay, so I just kind of like move my body around. It's so sore right now because my workout yesterday. Okay. All right. So now what you're going to do is you're going to set the intention. Intention is everything. That any cords of anyone that you need to release will be released. You can invite Archangel Michael into your space now to make sure all these cords are cut. I set the intention for everyone here that's listening right now, that the cords of anything that does not serve them for the highest good be cut, between outcomes of situations, between people, between any items, anything that doesn't serve them right now. We ask that these cords be cut and our energy come back to ourselves. And then I feel a lot of people here today need to shield their energy. So we're just going to do it together once. And we're just going to imagine that we're stepping into a bubble of whatever color light that you want to be in, or just see what color comes up. So I want you to imagine your body stepping into this bubble now. You can even step if you want, if you're standing up like me. Okay. And now you're setting the intention that while you're in this bubble, that only 100% love and light can come into your space. And so that you reject any kind of negative, yucky, lower vibrating energy, and it will just bounce off of the shield and it'll go back into the light source. I just want to take a deep breath. Okay. And that's just going to be a little bit better. I do feel a little bit better now. Okay. All right, you good? Good. I'm on and off with turmoil of cousin. Oh my gosh, of your cousin's death, and dad is sick. Oh my goodness. Wow, a lot of people are going through a lot. And I actually think I'm going to switch decks now. So that's funny that you asked that, Anita. Let me see. Where's okay. This is the one that I was using. I'm ungrounded too, so we need to make sure that we ground. So as I'm standing here talking to you, I am going to just set the intention that my feet are going into the earth. That's what I'm doing. I'm sending the tension to ground. Okay. So I'm moving on to this one. Messages from the angels deck. Okay, so, oh, all right. Let's see. Let me just ask, like, what is going on, spirit? Like, why do so many of us feel funky? Why is there so much energy? And now here's the thing is I'm tuning in psychically and I'm getting messages, but I'm also doing the cards too. And so I'm trying to concentrate on the cards. And then if you're in the university, today at 11 o'clock is the circle, and we're going to practice doing readings with cards. Okay. So it says here, keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miracles, the solutions to appear. So what I'm getting right now is that if you're feeling funky, there may not be a one reason right now, but you're going to get signs and the reason on why it's happening and why you're getting funky. It's almost like one of these things, and I hate when they do it too. It's like you don't know the answer because spirit's not going to give you the answer because it's part of your path to find the answer. So, but it's saying, hey, you're going to be okay. Keep on charging ahead. The solutions and the answers are going to be revealed to you, but right now you're good to go. And the other one here too is now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. Yeah, so maybe we feel like why you're funky, you're going to teach other people about why you're funky. Could it be that you're absorbing energy? Could it be that because you don't have a shield around you? Could it be that you are actually sick and you have something? So yeah, it felt like Mercury retrograde. Oh, yes. Is Mercury in retrograde? Let me do this. Okay. Okay, for some reason, Moni, I was thinking about, I seen your comment about the director position. I didn't see the whole thing, but I assumed like, you're like, okay, will I get this director position? Is it something good for me? And for some reason, this card crystal was really standing out as the answer to that question. And it says, have faith and hope because there's something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. So I don't know if this is actually that position or there's going to be a different position, but it's making me feel like the patience kind of situation, but there is a good what is it called, opportunity on the table for you. So it's going to be one of those two. And the biggest thing too is I would do is two things is to have that patience with that one. So it's almost like don't jump the gun, like don't worry so much about it because I feel like it's just going to like fall on your lap kind of, so to speak. But I feel like once it happens and just jump on it and don't think about it too much. Don't think about it too much. And it's so funny because I feel like a hopping sensation with you. And I don't know if it's because you have been hopping or you need to hop, but there's a hop thing kind of happening. But it's almost like don't think so much about it. It's just like go with your gut and your heart, and for some reason I feel like your gut and your heart are going to be on the same page, so it's almost like it's something that you would love to do or you want to do or you're excited to do, and don't keep on thinking about all of like the stuff behind it. It's like almost like just keep on going forward, and then it's like you're going to be following your heart, and then almost like the bliss, the abundance or whatever like that will meet up with it. So it's almost like follow your heart. It's like I'm hearing a song that's kind of like listen to your heart. That's it. That's it. But I really do feel really good energy with that director position. And if not, it's going to be something very, very similar to that. It's so interesting to think. Okay. And she said, no, I'm not sure what that's about, but chapstick in your desk gave me Napoleon Dynamite vibes. Are you talking about this one, the Burt's Bees? That one? Yeah, I have a whole bunch of chapstick. I always like to make sure that when I'm doing readings, like I'm good to go. So I have like all sorts of things. I have hair ties. I have hair ties. I have chapstick. I have lighters for candles. I don't know. I'm a weirdo over here. Okay. Let's see. All right. Trusting the process. Yes, that is a lesson and I'm working to teach myself because I am a results driven person. Yes. All right. And motivation on YouTube. Let's see. It says Oceana. And it says, take action. You're in touch with your truth and situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Ooh, I freaking love this card so much because it's showing me that like you're a ginormous empath and you have a hard time going ahead and like tell people like it is. And that's exactly what they want you to do. And it's almost like, I don't know why, but I just get this vibe. I don't know why, but I get this vibe like we're a lot of like motivation. I don't know why, but I'm just getting this vibe like there were a lot of like, and there's a lot of like this with either family or friends and things like that. just like that sense of like being a little bit different too. And then people saying things and it changes the course of how you feel about things. And like that's not, don't keep on changing things up because of that's why other people feel that way. If they don't like what you're doing, then tough love. It's number 47 in the guidebook too. And then it says here, you already know what to do about the situation and you have made up your mind to take action. I am here to validate your decision on the path of light. Although there may be some temporary hard work or emotional turmoil, this will soon be replaced by lightness of spirit akin to gently floating in a summer breeze. Sometimes you may feel too emotional or tired to take action. That is because you're unsure of the correctness of your decisions. Yep. Usually, unfounded guilt is the culprit of the draining energy and happiness. This is very important to call upon the angels to show your faith. Notice how the doors open smoothly with each step you take. That is one more sign that you're taking the right course of action. And then I really feel like here it's like usually unfounded guilt, because then also you don't want to feel bad making the right decision. You don't want to feel bad that people are mad at you or something along those lines. And it's like, yeah, you're coming into your own. And for some reason, I don't know your numerology or whatever on your birthday and whatnot, but I just really feel like a transformation part that's coming up by the end of the year. So I don't know if there's a transformational thing that's happening, or if you have like a birthday or something else like that. It could just be like, hey, I want to enter in 2025 in the best that I've ever had. And they're saying that you can totally 1000% do this. And they're saying that, even wrong answers are okay as long as they're coming from you, and everybody else that's in your life and stuff like that, they will come on board when they are freaking ready. Right now it's really the time for you to like own yourself. It's almost like, when we're growing up and we hear those terms that are like, oh no, 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 listen to so and so, they know better, or so and so knows this, and it's like, no, don't listen to so and so. How many people that how many so and so's I freaking listened to and it got me into freaking trouble? Like, no more listening to so and so's. You're gonna listen to you. Oh, your birthday was in October. You're a Libra. Maybe the only thing I can think of with that is because I really felt like it was coming up, and it's like, well, when in October? Is it the end of October? Okay, you're going through a transformation, doing what's best for you. Okay, so here's how numerology works. Numerology works from, well, it depends on what numerologist or whatever like that you can talk to. It can talk about the year, the physical year, like January 1st to January 1st, or it could be from your birthday to birthday. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it starts like my birthday September 30th. So it's like September 30th, every single year the energy is going to change. No, there's still like residual energy. So I guess I could totally see that, especially if you notice motivation that you have started going through that transformation, then I would take that. But it definitely seemed like there's a lot more energy coming up in December. So I would say keep it freaking going. Consistency is key. Now that's one thing is like when my bodybuilding journey and things like that, like it's still going on, but it's consistency. I learned you have to keep on doing things over and over and over and over and over again. It's not, quick results and things like that. You have to be consistent with it all the time. Yes. Okay. Oh, I'm feeling every day. I'm up and around. Yay! I'm so excited for you. JP. Oh my gosh. So, Nanny, you said that you could use a reading. You picked up the same exact card that I just talked about with motivation. So definitely take and absorb that, because I feel like that the message is still the same with you. I wanted to pull you another card. It's the exact same card again. Okay, let me see if there's something else that's here. Okay, so that is freaking nuts, you guys. I just pulled this card now 3 times in a row. Oh, okay, so 47, 48. Keep that in the back of your mind. Anything else? Okay. Dive right in. There's no need for more research or time. You can trust your feelings on this one. I will guide you through the actions that are necessary, considering your circumstances. Your main concern is to avoid procrastination at all costs. Break the situation down to small steps so you don't become overwhelmed. Then take those steps into regular intervals. For some reason, I'm getting an image of you sleeping, and as you're going to sleep or you're waking up, I think it's really, or it's like going to sleep, or it's you like in the middle of the night, and you're coming up with these ideas. Like write them down, because I feel like they're going to try and bring you those decisions that you need to make. And it's going to be tough ones, because I feel like it's almost like what I call like a whole life makeover. Like we need to get your energy out of all sorts of people's, problems or issues. There's definitely something there with having to like cut the cords with other people's problems. And it's really, really hard, because I do feel like you have a big heart. But there's definitely that, because it's like it's time for you just to realize what you feel, what you want, what you need right now, so that you can go ahead and make the best choices for yourself. And for some reason, I just feel like other people pressing upon things within you. So it's like, okay, we gotta cut that. And anything else that's coming up. I feel like you really, really want like specific guidance, like don't we all, right? But they're not giving that to me. And I think it's because you have a lot of big choices to make, especially with the people that are in your life. I keep on hearing people, 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 and that kind of stuff. And if you don't understand that, then I really think that just to look around with the people that you have, and are your people that are around you like good people? Are they there to support you and those kinds of things? Because there's definitely something there to where it's inhibiting you from going forward, or is inhibiting you from making those next steps or whatever like that. And then as I tune in, I just feel a little bit more guilt and that kind of thing. I do also feel too that you need to ask spirit for help, like some kind of guidance and things like that, that you are not alone, that you really need to ask them for help. I feel like you have a lot of people on the other side, because as I'm trying to tune, if you notice too, I'm like just staring off to the right because they're like channeling through me, and then I can feel like myself get hot as in more spirits are coming. But then when I try to tune in and stuff like that, I feel like it's more about angels, like the angels, the spirit guides, the one of the collective and that kind of thing, trying to ask you to ask them for help because they cannot intervene without your permission. But as I tune in a little bit more, it's almost like you're just like that. You give me the sense, anyways, and I don't know if this is true or not, but you just give me the sense of being that woman that tries to take care of everything. And it's like, like I'm not going to ask for help because people can't do it my way, or they always let me down or something along those lines. And it's like spirit's like, no, I got you. I got your back. We will help you. We will be that person. We will be that ride or die. There's something along those lines. And I tell you what, though. So I released that message, right? I tell you what, it's so funny because I get that a lot with some women that I read that are the type of person that like, oh, if I want something done right, I got to do it myself, and I cannot unrelate to anything more in my life. Okay, you want to do something, do it. Please do it. Do it. Like, I don't care how you do it, because guess what? My standards of doing it are way down here. And so it's the bare minimum. So if anybody does it, it's going to be better. So I do not have that affliction at all. At all. My husband does. And that's when I'm like, then you do it yourself. Because he's like, just before I came on here, my husband's he's like grabbing something out of the kitchen. He's like, oh my God, it's so wet. What is the water doing everywhere? And I'm like, if you don't want water everywhere in the kitchen, if you don't want it to be like the freaking Nile River in the freaking kitchen, then maybe you should start doing the dishes. And I have a dishwasher too. I don't know where the water comes from. I guess I'm just like splashing away in there. I find it hilarious. I don't know if he does, but actually he laughed. But would he appreciate a dry kitchen? Yeah, probably, but he ain't getting one from me. Okay, I am so like that. Okay, okay, good, 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 good. Oh, well, not good, good, good. I'm sorry that you're like that. It's tough, but I just mean like I'm glad that the message resonates. Okay. Yeah, ask for help, man, all the time. And you know what I did too? Okay, so here's the thing. Like, I need to do something with this, maybe a podcast episode or something. But okay, really quick, I'm going to tell you what I did here in 1 second. But choose A, B, or C. We're going to go with letters today, and then you can get another message. Maybe Nanny too. You might be able to get a little bit more details too. That would be helpful too. Joanna, maybe some insight about everything that's going on with you. So we're going to use letters today because I really feel that going forward in this week, there's going to be a lot of names, a lot of words that resonate and things like that. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking of that person. All of a sudden, I see their name. There's going to be some synchronicities and things like that that's happening up this week. So go ahead and choose A, B, or C while I tell you my story about what happened. So we all heard of parking lot angels, right? You ask the parking lot angels for help. But here's the thing, it's like we have to make like spirit our concierge. All right. We have to be like, hey, I need in advance, like almost like spirit is our assistant. So as I was on the way to this restaurant last night to meet my friends for their engagement party, I know that there's like not a lot of parking. And so I was like, oh, I started calling on them like 15 minutes before. And I was like, oh, parking lot angels, like I'm totally going to need you. Like, I don't know where we're going to park and stuff like that. And I don't want to have to park like 5 miles away. And sure enough, there was 2 parking spots. 2 people were leaving as we came in. And I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, my parking lot angels. They always work. Okay, you're gonna take them all A, B, or C. Ooh, I like that, JP. And thank you so much about my hair. Thank you so much, guys. And then I have like the extensions, so maybe I could do like long extensions. Then I'm gonna get like the fake bangs too, and I'm gonna have them dyed to my hair so I can have bangs if I want. Yay, copying cards with Heather! Woo-hoo. Okay, A, B, or C. C, B, or A. A, B, or C. C, B, A. B, A, C. C, A, B. C, C, B, B, A, A. Okay. All right. I feel like it's going like not a lot of energy for A, B, and C for me. So each one of us is going to feel that energy different. And the thing is, you're going to be like, oh, well, you can just listen to them and then take whichever one that resonates, or you can practice feeling the energy, seeing the energy, hearing the energy, those kinds of things. And the more that you practice, then you will practice every single Sunday with me. It'll make sense, right? All right, here we go. Now A and C. All right, here we go. Ooh, patience. I hate patience. And luckily, it's the one with the lowest energy for me. So it says patience. Now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student because in the future, you will synthesize your knowledge into action. But what I'm getting right now is not the time to take big action right now. Right now is going to be the time to go ahead, journal, to meditate, to do yoga, to do Tai Chi, do all of those things so you can get all of your ducks in a row. I don't know why, but I'm feeling a big sense with the card A people that you have been thinking about doing stuff and you're not doing it, right? And it's like you keep on trying, like you start and stop. There's this feeling of starting and stopping, like starting to make this change, and then you come back on your word in a way. But that's all right. But spirit's just like, maybe if you tuned in a little bit, if you just came back to yourself a little bit, you will realize like why that is happening. Why do you keep on thinking like, okay, yes, I am going to move, I am going to move, or I'm going to change my job, or I am going to, not let this person do this to me, whatever it is. They're saying, hey, come back to yourself and to figure out why you are being that way, right? Like, why do you have this resistance to that change? As you're thinking about spending a great deal of money or something along those lines, or investing into something. And so then card A is like, okay, why are you having this hang up on spending that kind of money? Are you coming from a money mindset or a lack mindset, or are you, really secretly wanting to invest into something else? And then I also just feel too, like, there's no more actions that you can take if you're card A before you settle the F down. And I don't know why they're saying that way, because I just feel like there is a lot of going in the head as well with the card A people. And they're like, you're going to have to untwine some of those feelings, those thoughts, those things. Like, you need to get it more clear, right? It's like you might doing EFT tapping too. Like, that would be a good way too to try and figure out exactly how you feel and to get rid of some of that stuff. I also feel a guardian angel with you as well, really, really big for your card A people. And as I tuned in, I really felt like it was a woman that was in spirit. So just kind of keep that in mind that there's a woman in spirit that's with you. But I also feel too guardian angel really with you as well. And I think that she's with you too, because it's like she wants to let you know that, like, spirit's seeing everything right now. They know everything that's going on. You don't have to worry so much. It's like almost like you're going to be led down the path that you're supposed to be led down. The only thing that you can do is to try and remain in that flow. So if there's too many challenges and things like that, that you just keep on going in the way that you are supposed to be going. So, for example, if I'm trying to buy a house and all of a sudden all this stuff is going on, and all these problems, then that's a sign not to buy the house. So now it's going to be going down a different path until that happens. They want you to remain into the flow, and that's it. It's almost like you're going to be, the best word that I can describe this is pigeonholed. You're going to be pigeonholed into the greatest decision for you. It's almost like you can just have little detours and things like that, and you can make things more complicated. You can make things a little bit more, like, take a little bit longer, but you're going to end up in the same place. And so that's the reason why they want you to take a little bit of that stress off. And right now, as you go down that path, it's going to be a big path of you learning about you and learning about what you truly do want and what kind of life that you really want as you move forward. Okay. And Moni said, did tapping and journaling yesterday. Yes. I said A, as I have been doing it. I hate patience too. Luckily, that wasn't the card I chose today. Same here. Okay, great. Yes. And so it's the same thing with the money mindset situation. If money is the thing, then it's going to be making sure that you're doing everything like work on money mindset, work on the lack of mindset and stuff like that, and then just have patience, and then the correct path will be revealed to you along your way. Like, you'll know exactly what to do. Okay, so let's do B. B says, it's Isaiah, and it says, it's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, protecting you during these changes. But for some reason, I really do feel like a child or children, associated with card B as well. So that might mean that, like, a child that's in your life has some kind of influence over this, or influence of the people that are around you. If you have somebody that just gave birth or whatever, whatnot, then you might be spending a little bit more time with them. Okay. But I definitely feel like for card people, card B people, is that this is more of an action card. So where B was like, hey, internal, this is like a taking action. This is like, hey, you're creative, you had some ideas, now it's time to put those ideas in action. This is almost like, it's not a drill, it's not a drill, let's keep on going. And so and I feel like they're saying though that the season is over. So if you have any kind of like problems, maybe even health problems, if there's any kind of stresses or at school and things like that, then just know that those things are coming to an end, so to speak. It's like things are happening in your life for card B people for a season. And right now they're making me feel like the iron is hot right now. So it's like strike while the iron is hot, that kind of situation. It definitely feels like you're very protected. And if I had to like really tune into this card and be like, who's on the other side, I feel like more of like a male energy, like a father, grandfather. And even though that they weren't very protective, in real life, they're very protective over you now. And it could also be like boyfriend, husband, those kind of situations, but somebody um, that is very, very protective over you now. And so they are liking the way that you are going through. Like I get this sensation of like a yes, 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 like you're doing the right thing, like you are making the best decisions. And I don't know why, but I usually don't do that whole I'm proud of you kind of situation. I usually don't, say that, because I feel like it's too generic and we hear that all the time. And then it's like, do I expect the past level one to be like, huh, no, I'm really disappointed in you, like, no, like, so I feel like they're saying that though. I feel like that they truly mean it. Like, hey, I truly am proud of you. And I just feel like a lot of healing. I feel like if you're card B people, getting an energy cleanse and stuff like that would be a great idea. Maybe you should join us next Sunday. So we should do something along those lines. But definitely feeling this. And anything else, I just hear school, 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 school again. So I just feel like if there's any problems with your children in school, grandchildren in school, if there's any kind of issues with you in school, then I definitely feel like that is going to be healed. But I do feel like there has to be some kind of communication within the school, within your teachers or whatever like that. And to make that happen. And as I tune into that too, I also hear hospitals. So I don't know if you are going to the doctors and stuff like that, but I definitely feel like the healing and then it's a coming together, but you need to communicate. So you need to be open, with any kind of problems that you're going through at the house or whatever. Like you need to be open and lay all of your cards on the floor. But I really do feel business as well. So I feel like there's a cornucopia of people who chose card B. There's the people that are doing with school issues, there's people who are dealing with like the health issues, and then I also feel people who are very creative, who need to like write books or whatever, do business. There's definitely the big thing there with that, or with work, and that is really, really big. And it's saying that you are very creative and you can use that to your advantage in some of these positions that you're thinking about doing or becoming, that kind of stuff. But I definitely feel like communication is key. So that could be reaching out to somebody that knows more than you, like a professional, that kind of thing. Okay. Oh my gosh, my grandfather passed away a year ago on the 15th. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Let me see. Oh, my daughter. Oh, Aunt Marcy, you're here. My daughter has surgery on Thursday. Oh, wow. Okay. Card B makes so much sense. Okay. Yay, 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 yay. It's a little bit different. It's like going through all of them. Okay. So Bridget. Oh, that's so funny. I know Bridget, right? So Bridget, card C. Caution is warranted. Look into this situation deeper before proceeding. Okay. So let me look at this, because this is like, hey, card C people, like, are you making the right choices right now? They're almost making me feel like it's time to chill, to step back for a second. Is this card? It is page 30 in the guidebook, and it says, please don't worry that the situation is the only opportunity available to you. It isn't. There is something better waiting for you. But first, you have to free yourself. Remember that nature abhors a vacuum. So you must create a vacuum, and then the new situation will reveal itself clearly. It takes courage and faith to leave a situation that you have vested in. You may feel disappointed and betrayed. That is because you must call upon me and the other angels to help you stay strong and true to yourself. You deserve situations that are aligned with love, and you don't have to settle for anything less. So this is talking about if you have that relationship and you know that it's bad for you, it's time to let go of it. If you're somebody that's like, hey, I was thinking about investing in this, then can you back out? Is those signs leading you to back out. And I've done it before too. I've started little things on the side and stuff like that. And then I had to cut my losses. And so are you that person that needs to like cut their losses? Are you somebody that is like knowing that you are like neglecting your health and you're not going to the doctor? Are you going to the doctor but you have a bad feeling, so you need to do that. So for example, this can be something big, but it could also be something small. So for example, I did something kind of bad. I walked out of a hair appointment because I knew who they put me with, and I was like, there's no way that I'm going back to her. And I walked out. I did. But then get this, I end up booking at a different salon with a different girl. And you know what kind of apron she had on? She had on a like Ouija board one. And she was into the paranormal. And then she was asking me, if I believed in psychics and stuff like that. I didn't tell her. I didn't tell her, but I will tell her. But yeah, so she was like, oh my God, yeah. So they went to the Boston Tea Room. And I'm like, oh my God, this is freaking hilarious. But I didn't say anything. And then look what happened. I got good hair, right? And so the thing is, though, is I had to listen to myself. I listened to the warnings that I was getting. And there was like a little thing inside my body saying, don't let her cut your hair. Don't let her cut your hair. And I am super glad that I didn't let her cut my hair, because now look, I have great hair. I think. And so the same thing that's going with you. It might not be something that's big, but it could be something small. And those little ways of listening to your intuition are going to grow over time. And then you're going to become intuitive AF. You're going to become psychic AF. You're going to become so freaking in tune with the spiritual world. Because so many people are like, oh, Heather, I don't want to do readings for other people. So I don't want to learn my psychic abilities and stuff like that. But it's like, it's not about doing readings for people. It's like, I do readings for people a very, very small percentage of the time. All the rest of the time, I'm using those abilities to help me out in life, like getting good haircuts, like making sure I know what things to order, what not to order, what kind of investments to put myself into, when to worry, when not to worry, those kinds of things. And so that is what this is talking to you about. But they're saying, hey, look around because there might be better choices available. Do you need to switch doctors? Go to someone more that you trust. Like I've been popping around different dentists, because I can't find my one, and that's okay. Same thing with therapy and things like that. Are they truly for you? And so that is what's going on with Card C people. And I really, really want to tune in because I really want to get you a little bit more information. Oh, definitely if you have an urn like in your house, like of somebody, this could be pertaining to you. And for some reason I am getting a double, like male or female, it's not coming up either way. So if you're a Card C people, that could be it. And it could also be that they are the ones that are warning you, so let me know. Um, me definitely be. My hubby and I hope to make close friend, and I think the school academy, and I'm having less surgery on my back. Oh, you are having surgery on your back? When is that? Did they schedule it yet, Joanna? Okay. Heather might meet my sister in April. Oh, April. My sister April. Sorry, she's okay. All right. I have 2 urns of my dogs. Oh, Kelsey, that is crazy. I didn't think this was resonating, but oh, definitely is. Okay. Okay. Just absorb it, right? Absorb it, absorb it, absorb it. Because sometimes I don't remember things, or sometimes things don't make any sense. Maybe later on they will. And then, like I said, sometimes like you just never ever know, right? So, mom, father-in-law, and my mother-in-law in the same urn in my house. There you go. Okay. And I think too, specifically for you, Nanny, I think that they were saying something because I couldn't decipher if it was a man or a woman. And so if they're in the same urn, I've never even heard of that before. I didn't know that was like allowed. That's cool. I also need a haircut so bad. Yes. And so motivation, I don't know if you're on still, but maybe you need to do a haircut, and start your transformation that you're going on. I have Grandpa Ashes downstairs and talk to his picture. Oh my God. I freaking love it. Hey, Tina. Gonna ask Spirit to help me find someone to do it. Yes. Be like, lead me to the right person. And then you might get like my girl, right? I have 1 urn with my father and Spirit John. Okay, and C was spot on. Yay, 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 yay. Oh my gosh, Joanna. Okay, everybody just give Joanna some extra love. She's part of our university too, and she says that she's having her back surgery next week. Yes, okay, yes. And she says, male friend of my husband, you need be more active in university. Girl, come to Circle at 11 o'clock tonight. 11 o'clock tonight, 11 o'clock, like here in 2 hours. Okay, my guides keep on confirming the right therapist for me, but it falls through. They aren't taking on new clients. I have grandma's ashes and she's been with me 24/7 this week. Okay, I love that. I love that. But since they're not taking on new clients, like monitor it, that kind of thing, like keep that going. Like I feel like it still might be the same person. And sometimes you can reach out to them directly. sometimes they take you on the side. I don't know. Just feel into it. Feel into it. I think that you got that good. You know what you're doing. I'm going to try to make circle today. I may only listen though. That's so great. All right. Oh, you got yours cut. Anita, I hope to see it today. Okay. All right, perfect. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great time. If you're in the university, I will see you at 11 o'clock. And if you need me, you know where to find me. You guys have a great Sunday. I'll talk to you guys later.